With Inspector, we've done things so that you don't have to necessarily search all the time. For example, go to base tables and click on fields to go and look at the fields in that base table. So here's all the fields in that base table. But what you can also do is, let's say I want to look at text fields. We've added some filters so you can look at text fields. But this displays all the text fields across all the base tables in your solution or your analysis. You can also do the same thing with calculated fields. But let's say I want to look at all the text fields that are calculated fields. So I can enter find mode and then type text and then put in calculated, and that will give me all the text fields that are calculated. Furthermore, I can narrow down the search to also include the base table that I'm looking for those text fields that are calculated. So I include the base table, and now I have all the text fields in that base table that are calculated. Let's look at something else. I can look at a specific field as well, so I can just type in the name of the field I'm looking for in find mode, and there's the field that I did a search on. There's other things that we can do, for example with layouts. Navigate to layouts, and now instead of actually drilling into layout objects, let's say, and searching and finding all the layout objects across all the layouts, Inspector gives you these drill-in features. So for example, I'm looking at this layout, it has problems. And so drilling in by clicking on the layout objects, I get to see all the objects that are on the layout. I see that there's a problem with that portal. Inspector gives you this really great feature to be able to drill up towards where the object is, from where the object is placed on the layout. So these up and down arrows, what they mean is they mean that the object is contained within another object. So it's hard to find objects, so especially if they're contained within other objects. And in Inspector, what we've added is this drill up feature. So clicking on the object will take you to its parent object, and you keep going up until you get to the last parent object. In this case happens to be the popover. And we can see that the popover is at 15 left, 503 top. So let's open up the solution and go look at where 503 is. So go to layout mode, and normally what we do is, at least that's what I do, is I create an object, give it a bright red color so I can see it where it's being positioned, and then type in 15503, and I'll see where that object lands. In this case it lands on that popover button, and if I double click on the popover button and get rid of the object, I'll see that there's my portal. And the portal is indeed at the location that is specified down here, which was 170.396, and there it is. So Inspector gives you a lot of abilities to kind of locate objects. So let's look at something else. Let's look at scripts. So with scripts, and again you can drill into the actual steps, and now I'm looking at, so for example, steps for a particular script. Let me look at this other one. It has a go to object script step. Now if I wanted to, I could go and search for all scripts that have go to object. And now here's all my scripts that have a step, and then a step number and the go to object script step. But there's another way in Inspector to do the same thing, which is go to steps and then locate the go to object step. And on the far right you'll see that we have references of the go to object script step. And here's all the references of that go to object script step. And by clicking on one, we can be actually going back to that actual script step within the context of where that step is within all the steps of the script. So it's very handy, and you don't have to search in the actual script step.